What's up, YouTube channel? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you've seen the Facebook version, I'm sitting here with the Cookie Monster. Tonight, Cookie's got us in the garage, and we're slinging some dirt. So let's dive in, go green flag.
Let's go.
Dirty 30.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, so where are we picking up at? So you did won a championship with the mini stocks. You did quarter midgets in Dayton. And
ran quarter midgets all over the country, actually.
Oh, okay. Traveled some with that.
Yeah, we ran Dayton, indoors in Columbus, up in Indiana, up in Indianapolis. They had a track called Big Z. Toledo. One of my favorite memories is we had a race in the Pontiac Silverdome in Detroit, Michigan. 3 weeks after the Bengals played the Super Bowl there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. It's a long time ago.
Very long time ago. Well, look how old I am.
Yeah. Getting some chrome and some silver in there.
Yeah, you know, it happens.
So we did sportsman stuff for a while.
Sportsman stuff.
What year did you start the mods?
Start mods in 89, 90. When they first come around.
See, I remember the first time that I remember them coming to Florence, and there was like, what, two? It was either two or there were four.
Two or four, yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that, and they were like, come out of the Northeast. They said, oh, man, this is the next latest, greatest thing.
Yep.
And next thing you know, man, look where we are now.
Oh, I know.
That's
it's
crazy.
Down now, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been a pretty popular class.
A very popular class.
But I mean, I think across the board, kind of a lot of stuff is down right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the economy and from where we started the mods at to where we're at now is a total 180 of what the class was intended to be.
I think the only thing that's the same is they're open wheel in the front. I think that's about the only idea that's about the same.
Pretty much.
I don't even know what was the frames like. What was the chassis like on an old modified like that?
We ran a leaf spring car.
Okay, so they pretty much were all leaf springs back then.
My first car modified that I ran modified in, we converted from a Sportsman in one night.
Okay.
We took a Sportsman and we went to Liberty to watch, and Tommy Wick convinced me to cut the fenders off of it and run the E-Mod show at Florence the next night.
And how'd you do?
I think we finished 7th.
Not bad.
No, never driven those small tires or anything like that. I mean, I'm used to the super dirts tires and going to the American McQuarrie back then. Right. So
I remember my cousin Matt Smallwood had the 911 car. One year he had his nose made up, and they had fenders made up. And this is when the super dirt stocks had those weird Hoosier tires that were a lot like the mod tires, and they had a whole nose made up that was removable, and a whole modified nose they could bolt on. And really, the only thing I think they changed, I check. I think they just added a 4-barrel to everything he had. So he was running a leaf spring then, and running decent, Well,
I mean, we ran the car that I had was an old Howe car, and to tell you how old it was when Vern Lefevre's drove the green 13 Camaro. That was the car.
That was the car?
That was the car.
Huh.
We ran it as a Sportsman / modified that first year.
Right.
Then during the winter, we stripped it down.
Yeah.
Took it to Dave Dayton and have him move the motor back and make it a straight modified.
Really? Now, there was, I had this car for a few years. It was one of Pat Patrick's old cars. It was a leaf spring car. It had the fiberglass hood on it. I had the original hood. I had the roof and the trunk lid. It was all fiberglass, and it was gold and had like the orange pinstripe.
Yep.
And had the black number 5 on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
That was intentionally, that was going to be my first super dirt stock. I was going to bring that thing back to life, but in the process, stripping it down and updating and getting some things ready, I came across another deal of a car that was pretty much
more complete,
ready to go and up to date. So it's like, well, that old one kind of got pushed aside. So, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, taking refurbishing an old car, I think it still would have worked.
I think it would have. I mean, I really do. We took at one point I had both the original modifieds in this area.
Okay.
I bought a car off of Jim Shell. He bought it off Kevin Barrett. Kevin Barrett,
right?
And that was the original modified that was housed in this tri-state area.
Really?
I ended up with it and put it on a jig at my shop and cut it apart and put it back the way I wanted it. And that car took off.
Went fast. So, what year was this? You started 90-ish?
90, yeah.
90. Okay. So you do a lot of local racing here around Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrenceburg on your schedule to run some this year?
Some.
Florence, mainly?
Florence, yeah, mainly Florence.
How about some Moeller? You see some Moeller action?
I want to see some Moeller.
Moeller. Brush Creek. Brush Creek running mods, or they just run sport mods? They just run sport mods, yeah.
I've never been to Brush Creek.
Really?
I've never been to Brush Creek.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. Got to be 03, 04-ish. I mean,
you ran on the original configuration.
Yeah, the original D-shape kind of.
Yes.
Man, that thing had a lot. It was wild. Let's just say that. You get lost. You know, that's the thing about it. You get lost because I never seen anything other than the racetrack. Because you were constantly turning and diving. You know, I might have went there in 05. I think I might have took my mod there once. But, So, okay, so you...
It sounds a lot to me like Windy Hollow.
Yeah, a little bit.
But bigger.
Yes, a little bit bigger. It was notorious at that time when it was the tri-oval. I guess a lot of guys were having motor problems.
Yeah.
You know, and man, I took a 543 out there, and man, that thing just purred. And I never had a problem with it, and I didn't have a big motor either.
They were having oiling problems. They were running the pans dry, I guarantee.
Yeah, probably. But it was in a lot of different classes too. I mean, late models, modifieds. I mean, that's hard. It's hard just pushing that thing on the floor and not lifting until it's done.
I don't know. I sort of like that.
Oh, it was fun. It was a blast, man. Yeah, it was a blast. I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, hard, I guess it was hard on equipment back then.
Yeah.
So do you?
Sorry.
It's hot. So do you have a favorite track? Obviously, you're racing Florence a lot. So you consider Florence your favorite, or that's just your home for now?
My all-time favorite track was a quarter mile at Lawrenceburg.
Quarter mile, yeah, the Old Burg.
Yeah, the Old Burg. I love that place.
It was racy.
I grew up at that place.
Yep.
From 2.5 weeks old till I was 13 years old, I was there every Saturday night.
Yep.
And my dad got hired on as a flagman over at Florence, and we started going over there.
Yep. I think, let's see, gosh, I've talked about back in the day when I used to help Garrett Engel.
Yep.
And we'd go over there for a few races, a couple times a year. You know, they do late models. They'd run them more often than they run them now.
Yeah.
And I only raced there a small handful of times, and that would have been like 05.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely 05.
I remember.
Yeah. Had one bad spill there and never went back.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Yeah. No, it's not that I didn't want to go back. It just never worked out.
Right. And
I'm there now. Does that count?
Sure. Different capacity.
Different capacity. Right.
But I just that I don't know what it was. I just loved the way that track drove.
Sure.
And
it was shaped and cupped just a little bit different than.
I've had drivers want to know how I got around that place so good.
Right.
And they finally figured out when they followed me, because I put my right rear tire right in the cup of the corner, right where that is, and it steered itself. It steered itself.
You just had to stand on the gas and let it go.
Yep.
Man, that's fun.
Oh, that's fun.
That's fun.
That's fun. You know, I ran the another one of my. I love Eldor. I ran the first modified show that Eldor ever ran.
Really?
And made the show. It was an IMCA show, Dave Dayton. And when I talked to a bunch of drivers, Vern and all them, saying, well, it's like going in the corner at Florence. When you feel like you're ready to lift, he goes, go count to 5, then lift.
Count to 5, then lift.
Yeah.
Lift when you see God.
Yeah. And he wasn't lying. When I hot lapped the car, I wasn't on the racetrack. I was running bottom.
Yeah.
As the night went on, we got faster and ended up winning the B main that night.
Okay.
And first lap, all heck broke loose.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Mike Hawley from down in Paintsville, Kentucky, started on the pole. He'd come off turn 4 and hit the green flag, and the steering wheel come off in his hands.
Oh, man. That'll make things interesting.
Yeah, especially when I'm on the bottom. I jumped to the bottom and started passing cars.
Yeah.
I was like 4 rows in front of where I was supposed to be, and he come down across in front of me.
Oh man. So that'll wake you up, huh?
Woke me up real quick. Didn't hurt the car. Come in. Actually, what it did is it knocked the distributor cap off.
Really?
Come in and put it back on. Went back out and raced.
And where'd you finish? Any idea?
I think I ended up about 15th.
Yeah. First time there. That's not too bad. Huh?
No, but I'm running against Charlie Setman, the racing auctioneer, and he had that.
Yeah.
He's run all over, so he knew
Right.
what to do and what not to do. And
Right.
I'm green and not knowing.
So tell us a little bit. Let's step out of the car. Let's talk about Dave Cook a little bit outside the car. What do you do for a living?
Drive a tow truck.
You drive a tow truck.
Yep.
Gotcha. If I don't tear everything up here, you drive a tow truck for what company?
Schaefer's Delhi.
Schaefer's in Delhi. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen the trucks out. You've seen the trucks out. Yeah, trucks are out.
Trucks are out.
What kind of music you listen to when you're just trucking down the road, going to pick a car up, going to change my daughter's tire or whatever?
Once or twice.
Once or twice.
I like classic country.
Classic country.
Classic rock.
Yeah. Yeah. I do a lot of the Fox. I bounce around a lot, but I'm probably the Fox kind of guy.
Yeah.
Outlaw country. Yeah.
Outlaw country. I love outlaw country.
Yeah. It's Waylon. Give me some good stuff.
Waylon. Latico.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question that I like to ask because I found this to be interesting. I've found that a lot of racing friends of mine, and I'll ask them, hey man, you going to Eldora this year, or are you going somewhere? Are you going to go watch this race? I'm like, no. If I'm not racing, I don't want to go watch. No. Are you one of those guys that I still want to take a weekend off and go watch the races, or does it bother you to go and watch and not race?
No, it don't bother me to go to watch and not race. I can sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah.
For what it is.
Yeah.
But it does put the itch back into you if you're there without a car. I do this different. I do that different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a typical race car driver. I backseat drive.
Yeah. So with that, I don't know, maybe that kind of leads into how much longer you think you're going to be racing? I've heard rumors.
Yep. Rumors are true.
Rumors are true.
Rumors are true.
Is that something you want to announce, or has that already been announced?
It's been announced. But
it's been announced. So it's not brand news. No, it's not breaking news.
Not breaking news.
Man.
I announced it at the Florence Speedway banquet last
year. So this
year.
is the last year for the Cookie Monster. What are you going to do after that?
Guess I'm going to officiate.
Good tech cars.
Yeah.
Help Mr. Davidson. Good tech them.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy that. I had fun with doing it with you last year. And
yeah. It's fun when if you got the right crew and stuff like that. It's not as bad as a lot of people think it is.
No.
I am kind of glad to be away from it. I needed a break.
Right.
But it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be.
I enjoy it. I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I did it at Lawrenceburg with Tommy Wick.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not look at modifieds.
Right. While you're still racing.
While I'm still racing.
Yeah.
I can sit back and look at them and say, okay.
Yeah.
And go.
So, tires. We talk about tech. We talk about tires. Let's jump into tires.
Why? There aren't any.
Because there's not enough of them.
Exactly.
Because there's not enough of them. Where do you see us heading on tires?
Well, I've heard rumors that Hoosier has stepped up production.
I hope.
But I don't know. I mean, when you go to a racetrack and the first thing everybody does is go run to the tire track.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they have enough to get through the year.
So you got enough to get through the year, or are you just looking a couple months out?
I'm looking a couple months out.
Okay, because I mean, I see a few tires laying around.
Yeah, you see. I mean, but most.
I'm not gonna say they're stacked to the ceiling or anything.
No. It's not like certain people's race shops where you see they did an interview and they got tire racks full of them.
But you know what? I can't say that I've been to a shop this year that guys are like, yeah, I've got my year supply already. Yeah. No, they're lucky if they got a couple.
I'm
of
talking
months.
national guys.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not talking,
yeah.
I'm not talking.
Well, we're on the local level. We're
yeah.
local level. Yeah. So I haven't seen any guys locally that's got a year supply. I don't think that's happening anymore. Maybe some traveling guys might be there, but I don't even know if those guys are like that. I think it's hurting across the board.
Oh, it's hurting everybody across the board.
I know, like we've seen some local tracks now that are open up to running the ARs, and I'm like, man, that's the first time ever we've seen that in our area. You know,
the problem with the ARs is they're in the same boat.
Yes, now they are. Now they are.
Because everybody's
everybody's like, okay, I need tires. It's like, we'll be running some BF Goodwrenches here soon. Going to Pep Boys or somewhere.
It's an idea for certain classes. I mean,
right. Man, I don't know. Like you said, I hope that maybe some tire companies have stepped up production, and hopefully they get this under control. I know that like we talked about the ARs, they just announced that their shortages is they can't get the nylon.
Right. And the Hoosiers got the same problem.
Right.
I mean, it's across the board.
Right. So not only are you having production problems with the staffing and employees, now you got product you can't get and stuff. It just makes life crappy.
I mean, it's a lot, just like parts.
Yeah.
I mean, we waited for over a month for a set of pistons for this motor.
Oh, that's nothing.
And I know it's not. I know it's not. I got very lucky.
Yeah.
But if we can make it here in this shop, we make our stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, last night's interview that dropped last night, Vern Lefevre, he's like, man, he says, there ain't nothing in this shop that I can't do that I can't fix this car with.
Right.
And like, man, that's nice. I never had that luxury, but that is nice.
Well, I mean, my father-in-law, Kim, there, and he's been around racing for as long as I have.
Right.
So, I mean, and
having some seasoned veteran guys that can do this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jesse Lay's motor, his late model super motor's been down since November, and parts been pistons is the thing they're waiting on. Yep.
It's going to be pistons and like rings and stuff.
Yeah, Gary Engel, another one waiting on. I heard at one time Case Bolt had been waiting 8 months for pistons. Like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sign of times. I mean, unfortunately.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll get back to normal eventually.
I hope so.
It's just going to take some time, and we'll go from there.
Right. So, you go camping at Eldora, like for the World or anything like that? Don't do the camping.
I haven't been to Eldora since Bart Hartman won the World 100.
Gosh, I don't even know what year that was. I know that's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that has been a while.
That was the last time I've been to Eldora.
Yep, that's been a while.
You know, with 2 young kids, it's kind of hard to go up there.
Yeah, so you got two boys?
No, I got a boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl, that's right. I forget
Caitlin's
the youngest is a girl, right?
No, oldest is a boy.
I was thinking she was younger.
Nope, she's 11.
Okay.
Dawson's 9.
Dawson's 9. And he's dabbling in the go-kart stuff now.
He's dabbling, and actually she wants to start too. So
does she? Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can see.
So you guys will be over to Little Track at Berg on Friday nights, and then you'll be probably Florence on Saturday nights, or possibly back to Lawrenceburg on Saturday night.
Possibly back to Lawrenceburg, or we'll go to Cincy Speedway up at the fairgrounds too.
That's right. You guys have got the go-kart action going on over there. So tell us a little bit about that for people who don't know. What's going on at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds?
Well, last year. Jason Spurrier contacted me and asked me the possibility of starting, what we thought about it, and I liked the idea.
Right.
I passed it on to the board. They went ahead and agreed. They actually come in and built a little 5th mile
go-kart track.
Go-kart / motorcycle track.
Yeah. So they do bikes there too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, we got an air compressor going on.
We got an air compressor.
Nice.
They're running back to shut it off.
Nice. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I'm like,
no, I wasn't either.
It's all right. So they race go-karts and motorcycles now at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds.
Yes.
Nice. What kind of schedule do they look like?
They got about a 10 race schedule.
Okay. Fridays?
Saturdays.
Saturdays. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're on Saturdays. Lawrence, not to interfere with Lawrenceburg's
Right.
the motorcycle track over there.
Which is good because now
Yeah.
you've got two places that are
Right.
competing on the same night.
right.
That's good biz. The problem is that's bad for a dad that's trying to race his car on a Saturday night and got two kids racing on a Saturday.
Right.
I see your dilemma.
Yeah, I mean, Dawson's starting to get up to speed. I
Yeah.
mean, he started off slow. It didn't help the first night he broke a tire rod and hit the wall.
That'll do it. That'll slow
Yeah.
you down just a little bit.
Yeah. Then Caitlin, I've got her a cart now, so
Okay.
we're working on putting it together and
And how's mom feel about this?
nervous.
Typical mom.
Typical mom.
Typical mom. Gotcha.
At least she knows. I mean, my mom didn't know I was racing big cars until, about halfway through the season.
Really?
Yeah.
Had no idea.
No.
How'd you keep that from her?
Don't tell her.
Just all the And I don't know if you remember. So in the very first episode with Jesse Lay, they pretty much
Yeah.
kind of did the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
His mom Jeannie worked, I think, the beer booth.
Yeah.
So she had no idea Jesse's out there in a car racing his whole first year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, how'd you keep that a secret? He's like, well, we kind of hid a bunch of receipts and maybe didn't quite tell her everything.
Yeah.
So-
And I let it slip.
You let it slip.
I let it slip.
Huh?
Yeah. It is what it is.
She got over it.
She got over it.
That's all. It's
Disappointed I didn't tell her, but that's about
Right.
it.
Yeah, they'll get over it eventually. I'm sure she already has by now.
Oh,
Yeah. So what does mom like better? She like come watching you race, or is she more excited to go watch the kids race? Or is it roughly the same?
roughly the same. I mean, she's really excited to see the kids race. She's more nervous to watch the kids race.
Sure.
Which
She's
I
like, you
understand.
know what you're doing. Yeah, she's not worried about you.
Nah,
Not anymore.
Not anymore. To me, it is what it is.
Right. So man, I'm just like I'm still. I can't believe this is going to be your last year.
Yeah.
Going to hang it up.
Hang it up. I've.
Maybe are you just going to sell everything or just keep it around and occasionally?
I think we'll keep it around
Yeah.
for just we got a wild hair. I mean, we're
Right.
not
Hey,
gonna,
let's go hit a race tonight. We ain't got nothing else to do. Let's go race.
it won't be. I mean, it'll be like on a Friday night deal. It won't
Sure.
be if I'm full time
Yeah.
at Florence. I'm not going to bring a car over.
Right. That's interesting.
So I mean, that's not fair to Josh.
Sure. Yeah, totally get that.
So I mean, I'm having fun.
Right.
But
You're still having fun.
I'm still having fun.
That's good.
I never stopped having fun.
Right.
If it's not fun, why are you doing it?
Exactly. So are you looking forward? You're looking forward to the next chapter.
Yeah, in
A
a way.
little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, It is. I mean, it is. It's exciting. It's scary. I mean,
Yeah.
when you've been doing when we get behind the wheel for 43 years. I mean,
43 years.
Mhm.
It's a long time.
a long time.
It's a long time.
Think about it. I've got more racing experience than Vern Lefevre's.
Ooh. I'm not following the math on that one.
Vern, I've done the math on it, and if you listen to how Michael has it listed, he's at 40. I think he's at 40 years.
In his interview, he told me he started racing in 1966.
But
So-
he's had time off in there too.
That's a long time. He had some, yes, there may have been some time off. So I don't know. I don't know how you consider the years, off years or whatever. Man, that's a long time.
It's a long time, and he's still enjoying.
I told him, I said, my mom was 6 years old when he started racing. Not to make you feel old or anything.
Yeah,
my mom was
I-
6 years old when he started racing.
That's crazy, but
That is.
I've looked up to that family for a long time.
Yeah.
Vern's son Todd drove my mini stock, my original
Okay.
mini stock one race at Florence,
Really?
and Burns driven a modified for me out at Fleming County one night.
Really? Yeah, I know he's done a lot of racing down there around
Yeah.
Fleming County, Goddard,
Yeah.
Mudlick. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, he's probably. I would have to say he's almost on the all-time win list down
Oh
there.
yeah, oh yeah.
At Mudlick,
Public,
maybe.
yeah, and Fleming County too. If they
Yeah.
if they kept track of everything.
Right. Is Fleming County, is that place even still open?
Nope.
Yeah, I know Mudlick had been down for a while, and now they just reopened it in the last couple of years.
Yep. I've never been to Mudlick.
You never been to Mudlick?
I've never been to Mudlick.
To watch or drive?
Either.
Yeah.
Been to Fleming County a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to Fleming County. I don't remember if I went to Goddard. I did go to Mudlick a few times helping.
Well, Fleming County is Goddard.
Okay. So went there. Gosh, I was helping a buddy of mine and went to high school with Danny Hurt. Danny was a big Brown County guy.
I remember.
Yeah. Me and Danny went to high school together. He was a couple years older than me. And so me and him went down there. And then I went to Mudlick a handful of times helping Garrett Engel and stuff. And the biggest thing I remember about that place is going down the front stretch, you just about had to wait till the sun went down, because as you're going down the front stretch, the sun's setting, you're looking right at it.
Yep.
If it's at all dusty, you're lucky if you can see the air cleaner. You can't see past it. I don't know how they got around that.
We went to Fleming County one night, big mod show, had, I don't know, 50, 55 cars.
Sure.
And at midnight, when they were getting ready to start the concerts, we were leaving. It's just
late. Yeah.
And they didn't,
It always seemed like it was dark, too.
Yeah.
The place wasn't very well lit.
Not very well lit, and being in that valley down there, the fall comes in the way.
Do you remember they had the spectators race?
Yeah.
So you could drive to the racetrack, and then the vehicle that you drove to the racetrack, whatever it was, they'd bring you out on a racetrack and let you race that like 1 or 2 laps and have a winner.
Oh, yeah.
I think the winner got like maybe a free pass the next week or something like that. It was
I've seen some cars destroyed doing that.
Yes. I think, gosh, what was it? I think the night that me and Danny was there, I want to say a guy had like a Cadillac versus a Camaro. And man, I don't think it turned out very well for the Cadillac.
I've seen spectator races at Queen City.
Yeah, that's not a new thing,
no.
but that's just I couldn't grasp the concept. There's no way I could do that.
Right. It's just like a drag race, but you turn.
Yes, yeah. I guess you're a little more careful. I mean, those things obviously are not set up for handling dirt track, but
especially a Cadillac.
Right. No, gosh. So tell us about. So you're in your last year.
Yep.
Tell us about your sponsors you got. This is your last year.
Well, I mentioned Slicker Graphics earlier. Yep. I mean, Michael's done a lot to help me out this year, and I greatly appreciate it. The Hamilton County Fair, they've been on board for, 10, 12 years.
Nice. And you guys had the swap meets there, too.
Yes, the Cincinnati Performance Swap Meets.
Cincinnati Performance Swap Meets. Is there a website or a Facebook page for
Facebook page is Cincinnati Performance Swap Meets.
Make sure we plug that so all you racers coming up and during the season, off-season. Do you have events during the season?
Not during the season. We have 2 events in the off-season. We'll have one in November and one in February.
Gotcha. So you guys, any racers, make sure you check those out in the off-season. If you got old parts that you're looking for, maybe you can't find the new stuff, there's a swap meet that you can always go buy, sell, and trade.
Buy, sell, trade. We had a new vendor, a guy with new parts come in last year, and he did great.
Yeah.
So
hey, you never know. We could possibly go take the Slingin Dirt Media Center down there and just talk to some people while they're walking through the swap meet, because there's all kinds of local racers coming through.
There's a lot of regional racers come down too. They come up from all over the tri-state area.
He's my producing guy's like giving me a thumbs up. So I was actually going to try to do that the last one you had.
Right.
But I was already committed. I was out of town that weekend. I'm like, that would have been awesome to get started with. But So you got the B&B Auto Care.
Brad Wicks helped me out a lot. He's if I need something, I can call him and ask his advice. I mean, I've been racing for 43 years, but I don't know everything. It's always nice to bounce ideas off other people. I've got Dick Enterprises, Kevin Dick. He's here at the shop with us just about every night working.
Yeah,
he can fabricate anything you need.
He's got a beautiful Camaro over there that I've always had my eye on for years. It's one of the best looking Camaro race cars, man. It's a good looking piece. We'll make sure we get some pictures of that, and so you guys can see what we're talking about. Man, it's a stock car Camaro, man. That thing's it's pretty hot.
We got horsepower sales. They did the motor for us this year. Beekman built race cars, or Beekman Bullet or Beekman built race cars. That's here.
That's here. That's your guys' shop. Home built chassis. Home
built chassis. This car here started off life as a Cyclone, and it's 15 years old, and we just keep refurbing.
Right. Changing little things here and there, make it what you want.
Yep. Make it the way we want it, and my father-in-law has worked his tail off on it.
Your father-in-law, so you see your crew chief?
Yes.
Yes.
Crew chief.
Tire guy, fuel guy.
Yeah.
He's your helper.
Yeah.
So props to Pops.
Yes. He's done me well. Without him, I wouldn't be racing.
Right.
So it would have been over a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got Sean Fox, who's helped me throughout the years for the last 15, 16 years.
Right.
Rick Monroe's been with me for going on 20 years.
Wow.
So, I mean,
you definitely had some experience and some laps.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Wow. Well, Dave, I don't know how you're going to do stepping out of the car. I wish you good luck on that, and your final season. Obviously, wish you luck on that, and hope everything goes well. And then I guess next year stepping into a new role, a new stage. Hope that works out. We'll talk about that again later on.
Oh yeah. It's like I said. So far it's been fun. I mean, you've got your controversies, but you have that with everything. So
you're right. It's racing. You're
going
to have
racing,
that.
And everybody's got different personalities. You got to roll with it.
Got to roll with it. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to throw a checkered flag and we're going to roll on out of here. Dave, thanks for having us, man. It's been good getting some of your stories and some stuff I didn't know.
I'd like to tell some more stories, truthfully. So
yeah, we'll definitely have to get together and get those on a part 2-ish type thing.
Yep.
I've definitely. It seems like a lot of guys I've talked to is like, oh man, I got so much more I can talk about. I'm like, we'll find a way to make it happen.
Yep.
So we'll figure it out. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Slingin Dirt Media YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends about it, and hopefully we'll see you guys all at the racetrack. Come out to Florence mainly this year.
Come out Florence mainly. I'll be certain Saturday nights. We'll go to the Berg, and Friday nights we plan on going to Moeller a few times.
Sounds good.
Just to have some fun.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to it, and thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you next week.